Listen, y'all, I ain't did the live stream in a while, okay? So the stuff is reversed on here. My mic was off on the YouTube. Good God. People on the YouTube, can y'all hear me better now? Good God. Y'all, pray with me. Pray for me. Okay. Hi, YouTube. Hi, Cece. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Blossom. Hi. Oh, okay. So, yes, I am having a day, but you know what? It was a great day. I woke up in my right mind. I woke up healthy. You know, I had some great tea. The actual drinking tea, some tangerine and chamomile honey tea, you know, and so I'm in good spirits. I'm in good spirits. I also want y'all to know that I have a podcast. Oh Lord. I have a podcast, y'all. Podcast. So y'all better go ahead and slide over there to the link in my bio or to your Apple Podcast, to Spotify, and type in the Darcell Andre podcast. I have a new episode that's coming on Thursday. So there's one episode up there already, and so there's another one coming on Thursday. So on Thursday, I'm actually talking about, well, this episode that's coming up is talking about my bisexuality and what my journey has been with that and how that has showed up and expressed in my life. So I'm really excited for that. You know, because you really don't have a lot of those conversations out, you know, in spaces. So I'm happy about that. Yes. Yes. Because I've been seeing things, you know, the people be hot in the streets when you have the bisexual conversation. So I definitely was like, well, let me just go ahead and tell my story. Okay. That being said, we could get on topic. Ask a spiritualist, since my sound is right and my image ain't flipped to the side. We can get back on topic. Ask a spiritualist. Let's go. What's some spiritual questions that we have? You want to know my perspective on certain things, whatever. And I want to also say this before we begin. Anything that I do on any of my platforms, anything that I respond to, anything that I teach on is spirit led. And I listen to my spirit and I listen to the spirit when I navigate through which questions concerning what topics that I am going to answer and discuss. It is also important to note that I am not like other spiritual practitioners. Some people love to talk about certain things, and some people don't want to talk about certain things. I interact and engage and respond to the comments or the questions that my spirit tells me to, not what a popular opinion wants me to. And I just want to be clear on that. All right. Everybody has their own perspective, and this is why you're here watching me for mine. So let's go. What do we have here? Why is the world going to shit? Okay. Why is the world going to SHIT? I don't believe that it is. I don't believe that it is. What I think is happening is that we just have it is the law of rhythm, you know. It is a ebb and flow to everything and all things, and that's just how it goes, you know. And I think that, you know, things have to be stirred up in order for it to be revealed, y'all. You know, and so you have got to shake things up. The spirit allows things to be shaken, to see what needs to come to the surface, And I think at this time, there are things that are falling apart because they need to. And I believe that we just have to take it for what it is. And you need to always be looking for the lessons, y'all, in everything. Look for the lesson and get out of the fear. Okay? Because when we talk about the fear and all the fear mongering and people want us to be afraid of the end of times, if it is the end of the world, what are you going to do about that? What is it that you are going to do about it? Is there something? Is there a special ritual that you're going to do that's going to interrupt the end of the world? Is everything else in the world going to end except for you? So you can't really be concerned in that way. Look for the lesson. When you look for the lesson, you understand why things happen the way that they do. You come into this life, into this body, into this vessel to learn from forth this experience, however long or however short it is. However long your experience here is, or however short it is, however wealthy it is, or however normal it is, you're here to learn, and that is what you got to be focusing on. Jack said not a damn thing. Okay, let's see here. How do you know you're ready for workings like protections, money, work, and road openings? New here. You're ready for that at any time. Let's be clear. When we talk about doing workings, or we're talking about the spell or whatever, they don't waste time to pray for opportunities from the church perspective. They don't waste time to pray and anoint your head with oil to put protection around you. There is not you got to be ready for that. Now, is there an order to the things that you should do? Yes, absolutely there is. Absolutely there's an order. Let's begin here. The first thing you need to do before you do any type of working of any kind is to cleanse. That's the number one thing. You have to cleanse. If you are not cleansing before you're doing a working, the space can be tainted. So you need to cleanse your space. If you use sage, you can use that. If you use scopo resin, you can use that. If you use cedar, you can use that. If you have a wash, hand wash, you can use that. If you have Florida water, you can use that. Whatever it is that you use, you want to always cleanse first before you do anything. Period. And then do what you do. All right, we have a question from the YT. Jay Heiler says, how do you feel about making spiritual jars? Do you have a spiritual tool preference? Oh, wow. Yeah. Spiritual jars. Absolutely. In fact, those who signed up for the golden ritual, we literally there will be jars used. I think we have to understand what a jar does. A jar contains an energy, okay? And whatever you put in that jar is going to be the energy that is constantly working on or working with whatever you have in there. Do you want me to track the questions? Jax, you don't have to. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. I'm navigating as best I can, so you don't worry about that. I love that. I love that usage. I love candles. That's everything for me. I know though, however, a lot of the things that I work with because of my natal chart, and y'all should know your natal chart. I can't stress that enough. Y'all should know your natal chart. You should know what are your power elements, Because, and this is a great secret. Hear me well. Hear me well. If you know what your power element is, meaning if you have a chart that is dominant with fire, or a chart that is dominant with earth, hey Kendra, or a chart that is dominant with water, then you know the element that you need to be working with your spiritual works. If you are doing a working that has to do with love, self-love, attracting love, love with your relationship, and your Venus placement, which is the planet connected to love, is in Pisces, then you need to be working with water, because Pisces is a water element. You need to have water involved in that working, because that is a power element. So you have to know, you gotta know your natal chart, so you know the elements that you work with. All right. So the best spiritual tool is the elements that work with you. Boom. That's the best spiritual tool. If you have all these heavy earth placement, why are you not working with the ground, with plants, with dirt, with herbs? That's what you need to do. You need to be making you some spiritual bags, honey. You need to be putting your herbs together. Okay. Someone asked from the clock app, what is the spiritual significance of water? I want to be clear here. Let's talk about this. Water. Oh, listen, I know you live for this color. Hey, Ia. Water, is the oldest thing that you got here. Water has circulated everywhere. So water, natural water, is charged with so much energy. Water is also an element that is sacred to most every indigenous culture ever, even sacred to all of these different religions. When you think about, or you talk about baptism, take me to the water, take me to the water, take me to the water to be baptized. Okay. Water, with that water, the water transforms. The water cleanses, it replenishes, it nourishes. The body is majorly made up of water. Okay. So much. Water is also an excellent conduit or conductor of energy when working with your ancestors. Water. That's why people have their altars and they put a glass of water, up there on their altar, or they drink water. Okay. So water is everything. Everything. Let me slide up over here. And for those of y'all who have air placements, then you need to know that incense is your thing. You need to know that you need to be doing your workings even outside if you can, getting that fresh air. Okay. Smoke, all of that. Hi, Maja. Thank you for my read last night. So grounding, so needed. I love that. I love that you received that. Yes. Speaking to the wind, air. Yes. Breath work for air signs. Absolutely. Affirmations, all of that. Okay. Hold up. I'm bouncing back and forth. Yeah. Blossom asks, what advice would you give someone who has always been gifted with the veil, but choose to tap in later and needs direction, but has no family members that can guide them? Oh, honey, that's the veil, and that's a good old Southern. The veil, you born with a veil. Okay. Well, one, you have to understand that the veil means, of course, that you are spiritually gifted. So the answer to that is to dive into yourself spiritually, to meditate. There are some people who are called to do spiritual workings who have no family. period. They don't have no family. So they don't have a way to access that information and may not run into someone who does ancestral readings in order to pull that information forward. So the best way, a lot of us are born into families who don't really practice all the time. Some people are born into families where everybody is open practitioners or open about their spiritual gifts, and they work with that and they build that up. That's not everybody's testimony. Most people be like, I am the black sheep in my family because I do not have anyone to speak to on these matters. Therefore, that being said, you need to tap into yourself. I'm telling you, y'all. And I don't care what people say. You need to build a healthy meditation life. You just do. Now, can you meditate in different ways? Journaling, painting, all that. Yes, you can. Dancing. Yes, you can. But you have to do that because you have to tap into your inner knowing. You got to tap into your inner knowing, y'all. That is how you do that. And how you sit with yourself, you get still, you get quiet, or you get your paper, you get your pen, and you journal, and you write, and you dance, and you take, and you receive whatever comes through to you. That's how you got to do it, y'all. That's how you got to do it. There's not a fast track way to get that done. There's also an African proverb that says there is no shortcut to the top of the palm tree. You do have to climb that thing. There is no shortcut. You will have to climb that palm tree and get there and stay there. Oh. All right. Let me look here. You got to get there and stay there, y'all. She Boldly Speaks says, do you know a spiritualist is someone that wants nothing to do with God or chose their own way to live? That's not true. But hopefully She Boldly Speaks. If you stay around, honey, you can learn something different. All right? Good. How do you deal with judgmental Christians in your family, specifically old people? I'm hollering. Wait, that took me out. Not how do you deal with judgmental Christians in your family, specifically old people. One, recognize that they are old people, okay? And because they are older people, they have a specific perspective that may not ever change, okay? And so, that being said, you don't need to stress yourself out warring with them and trying to convince them of something that you only need to be convinced by. Let me be clear. You are the only one that needs to be convinced. You are the only one that needs to know the truth. It's you. Because the Spirit has showed the truth of the Spirit to you. And that's what you need to be doing. So oftentimes we get in a back and forth and an exchange. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for the lights. We get in a back and a forth and an exchange and an argument and stressed out trying to convince people of something that they don't need to be convinced by. Believe it or not, y'all, in people's lifetimes, they were supposed to be Christian, or they were supposed to be Muslim, or they were supposed to be whatever. That's what they're supposed to be. And that's how the spirit showed up to them in a way that they could understand it. Being born in 1946, growing up in the deep South, that's how they could understand it. Okay? So what I would urge you to do, being the freer person here, what I would urge you to do is to understand when they say this, when they say God, or when they say Holy Spirit, or when they say this, that, and the third, you translate that for yourself. One thing that the spirit told me a long time ago, hair CD and the players go, here he go. One thing that the spirit told me, in fact, the Orisha Obatala told me this a long time ago, because of what it is you're supposed to do in this life, you need to be able to communicate and speak with all people. Now, that has had me in a chokehold. That has had me in a chokehold, y'all. I'm not going to lie. The fact that I need to learn how to speak to all people and communicate with all people. What is the problem here? Y'all, I'm sorry. I keep getting a phone call. Hold up. The fact that I need to communicate and speak with all people, y'all, stresses me out. That stressed me out. But what Obatala was trying to tell me and teach me is that, listen, you should be able to talk, y'all, about energy. You know, when they say this, you mean this. You should not, if you are sent here to heal and uplift and transform the people, you should not let a difference in terminology interrupt your calling. Put me in B flat. Ooh, Lord. You should not let a difference in terminology, a difference in language, a difference in identity interrupt what it is that you have been sent here to do. Period. And I was like, dear God. That way, if I send you the Christian, Darcell, you need to know how to speak the language that they can understand to help them. If I send you the atheist, you need to know how to speak to them in a way that they can understand. If I send you the spiritualist, you need to learn how to speak to them in a way that they can understand. Because peep it, for those who are religious, or even those who are not religious, everybody collectively agrees on one thing, that energy is real. At the very least, whether you believe it scientifically, whether you believe it spiritually, we all know that energy exists. Now, I'm finna bless y'all here. Because energy exists, we can look up the scientific laws of energy. Do I have my book here? Energy is all. Energy is in everything. And energy cannot be created or destroyed. Right? If I take energy and replace it with God, God is all. God is in everything. And God cannot be created or destroyed. We having the same conversation. Did y'all catch that? Hey, three little brown girls, we are having the same conversation. Y'all, hold real quick, y'all. All right, I'm back. I'm back, y'all. Hold up. Let me fix my stuff. Hold on. I'm back. I am back. I had to take a second, y'all, because you know who called me? My mother called me. Okay. And when the mothers call, you have to answer. Hold up. Hold on, y'all. Now it's gonna show that I got Mona Lisa in the background, but this is not the truth. Ha! Hold up. I gotta get my thing back together. They're gonna be like, not the Mona Lisa. Yes, the Mona Lisa. Boom. Ugh. Okay, I'm back. Is my Ask a Spiritualist backwards on the talk of tick? Let me know if it's backwards. Okay. Hold up, let me fix it. Boom. All right. Is it right now? Okay. I'm back. So, did y'all pick up what I was putting down? That you are having the same conversation, y'all. Having the same conversation, whether you use energy, whether you use whatever you are having the same conversation. And so I will focus on that. If they come to you and giving you a message on, giving you this scripture, hear what they say, and then you know how to translate that so that that applies to you. You can talk to people in their language, and you can interpret what they say to you in a way that you can understand it, in a way it can apply to you. Okay? So that's that. We all having the same conversation. So when the older relative come up to you and it's like, now the Bible says, you can have that conversation with them and speak on the principle of what they are saying, if you so choose. And you have to know that you are a freer person than they are. And there's a privilege that comes to freedom. Comes with freedom. All right? They didn't have the opportunity to think grander or have these type of educational conversations. They didn't have that opportunity. And they spent 80 years underneath one set of knowledge and programming. Okay? Can you say you are serious right now, bro? I don't know what you're talking about. Next. Let me look here at some of the questions. And that way, y'all, we don't have to take ourselves through so much. We be taking ourselves through it. And I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a live actually before the year is up on the full deconstruction of Christianity and how to transcend that, how to take what it is that we have been windmilling and worrying about and take that to the next level, because there is another level that we can take it to. There is another level that we can take it to. Okay. Next. Are you going to do a video on New Year's Eve rituals? I might do a video on New Year's Eve rituals. I can do that. Someone says how to begin shadow work. Okay, y'all. Ooh, child. I have an unpopular opinion about shadow work. I have an unpopular opinion about shadow work, y'all. And here we go. Shadow work is a trend. Shadow work is a trend, y'all. Everybody uses shadow work. There's 5 trillion videos about we doing shadow work, and all you need to do your shadow work and this, that, and the third. But nobody ever tells you what that is, though. Nobody ever tells you what shadow work is. And just by the very word shadow, we are immediately taken to such a negative space. Like, it makes you, when you hear shadow work, makes you want to put on a hoodie, go in the dark corner, go out here in the rain. Okay. I mean, it just makes you want to do all of these things, y'all. And I think that we need to get clear as to what shadow work really is. Shadow work is simply looking at the origins, looking at the beginnings, looking at how do you say? It's looking at the genesis of your thoughts, of your emotions, of your feelings, and of your expressions. That's all it is. It is going back and saying, what is the reason why I operate like this? What happened to make me operate like this? What happened to make me think like this? What was my life experience that made this stuff come into fruition? It is exactly that. Shadow work is self-development. Shadow work is reflection. Shadow work is sitting down, looking at yourself, looking at your life, and looking at how things became how they are. That's what it is. And all of that is not always this dark energy associated that they normally associate when they use the term shadow work. And my issue here is shadow work kind of stems from the sector of spiritualists that are like, this stuff is not all love and light. It's some dark, and I don't disagree with that. It is not all like sunshine and flowers and Eurocentric themes of happiness. Emphasis on that. It's not these Eurocentric themes of spirituality or these Eurocentric parodies of spirituality. It is definitely not that. But this ugliness and this darkness, that aspect being like, it's so like promoted, is like bothersome to me because the light is not about skipping through flowers, honey, and putting crystals on your forehead and belly. Something that is light always reveals. Light is revealing. Light is not just warm and sunny and shining. Light reveals. And that is what you are doing when you are doing your shadow work. It's called shadow because it can be outside of your awareness. Therefore, in order for you to see it, you must bring the light to it. Put me in B flat, y'all. In order for you to see it, you must bring light to it. So it is light work. It is light. It is light being brought to the dark. So I want us to be careful when we dive into that energy of, it's some fucked up, da 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 da, and everything is so and everybody like cussing and fighting and anger and all of that, because that is a downward spiral. You don't ever talk about the upside of it. And the real reason why people are angry is because no one has acknowledged their hurt and harm. And so they believe that they have to remain in a space of anger and aggression because no one has acknowledged their harm. But as you can see, that energy is a trauma response. That energy is a trauma response, y'all. And the same people who's on the live cussing y'all out about how y'all think this spiritual stuff is, y'all think it's all love and light and all of this. First of all, love is all there is. Anything else is fear. I want to be clear with that. This is how I operate. Love is all there is, and what is all encompassing can have no opposite. I repeat, love is all there is. What is all encompassing can have no opposite. Tell me, what is the opposite of everything? Nothing. And that's fear. Fear. Frequent excuses against reality. Fear, illusion. Fear, not real. Fear, outside of reality. So yes, it is all love and light. The love that you have for yourself, the love that you have for everybody else, the love that your ancestors have for you, the love that the spirit has for you brings light to the dark places. That does not mean that when you bring light to it, that you are going to like what you see. That does not mean that when you bring light to it, it's going to feel good. That does not mean that. But nothing can be healed unless it is revealed. And you cannot reveal something in the dark. Let me grab my fan. Hold up. Can I get my fan? Can I? You can't reveal something in the dark. You have to bring light to it. The love is the reason why you are bringing light to it. Love is the motivator for you to bring it to the light. So that's all that there is. And what is all encompassing can have no opposite. Love, the love is the reason why you are doing your quote unquote shadow work. The love is the reason. Because there is a frequency called the spirit that wants you to be better, do better, feel better, see better, know better. And it is through that love that the light reveals what you need to fix and what you need to heal and what happened and what didn't happen. So when we use the term shadow work, y'all, it creates all of these different images and things within our mind and within our being of a place that we do not want to go. It creates all of this whole idea of a place that we do not want to go. And the same people that's on here cussing everybody out and saying that is the same people that be high, smoking every time they're on live and drinking every time they're on live. And the reason why they're doing that is not for the intended original purpose for spiritual connection. They're doing that as a coping mechanism because they themselves refuse to bring what is in the dark to the light. And I mean just that. That don't mean I'm anti-smoking. That don't mean I'm anti-drinking. But me and you both know that smoke is not supposed to be in your lungs. You and me both know that alcohol is poison. You and me both know that. And to be holistically well is to be well in the mind, in the spirit, and the body. We all know this. And if you don't want to know it and you want to act like you don't know it, okay. But I'm not going to act like that because I do know it. And I know that I know. Okay, next question. It's like, how are you going to be spiritually well with your liver and kidneys failing? With you actively choosing day by day to poison your physical vessel? How can you be holistically well? And again, I'm not saying you can't do it, but with whatsoever you do it informed, do it purposeful. With whatsoever you do it purposeful, y'all. I have a question that's been eating me up. Okay, what's the question? That's because shadow has been taught to be a scary thing when it's not. Creation happens in darkness. Think how we create our reality is partially based on our subconscious, which is another aspect. Absolutely, Naomi. How to connect more with my higher self. I feel my intuition, but I want to be more in tune and sync. It's your spiritual practice that's going to help you with that. Your spiritual practice is going to help you with that. It's consistency. Consistency. When you develop consistency, practice builds skill. And to be skilled at something, let's get the information. Means having or showing the knowledge, ability, and or training to perform a certain activity or task well. So that's why the spiritual practice is something that is important and must be done with consistency. You cannot say that you are on a weight loss journey and work out once a month. You cannot. You're not practicing that. You work out once a month and eat well once a week, and say that you're trying to lose weight and get healthy and get your heart, your cholesterol low, and your high blood pressure low. It's a practice. Consistency. It's that's what's going to help you, honey, to be more in tune. In tune. If I think musically, to be in tune means that whatever key this person is playing or whatever key this music is in, I have to be making sure that what I'm singing, what I'm projecting, what I'm emoting is matching the frequency. And is my doing my spiritual practice once a week, once the month, halfway, matching the frequency of my higher self? No, it's not. So that's what you gotta focus on, that and get that consistent. Because once you get that consistent, when you get your practice consistent, you build skill. That's also another thing. There's the, and I'm not doing no readings, but the spirit just told me to speak about those who are readers. Okay. Those who are readers, or those who do Reiki or do whatever spiritual ability you have. It's not so much that you're going to lose your gift if you do not use it, but it is a practice and a skill, boo. You want to be, you want to live in and express your psychic abilities or your psychic gifts, but you don't do any work to build that up. You have no intuition practices. You're not trying to practice reading and doing and seeing and learning how your spirit team communicates to you and shows you images. You got to do that. Because the way the spirit shows things to me, if I haven't practiced how I've practiced, I would be like, y'all, this is crazy as hell. My daughter was found hung in Houston and police asked no questions. Shout justice for Aaliyah. Justice for Aaliyah. I feel like I've ran across your video before. I'm going to follow you. I'm going to follow you. We can talk about it. See how we can elevate your voice. Hey, Bree. But y'all, when we talk about the spiritual practices here, you got to do it, y'all. You got to do it consistently. You got to continue to build the skill with your gift. Skill with your ability. And also do me a favor. If you have a problem with imposter syndrome when it comes to your spiritual giftings, stop using gifts. Stop using the term gift. Use the term ability. Hear me. Hear me when I say this. This is a gem. I need for you to use the term ability. My spiritual abilities. Stop using gifts. You use gifts because that's what we've heard. And we want to be like, oh, this came from God, it came from the spirit, which we already know that, right? But when you use the term gifts, you are subconsciously telling yourself that it is something that comes from outside of you that can also be taken away from you. And that is untrue. Use abilities. Because when you say your spiritual abilities, that is something that you are affirming yourself by saying this is something that you are able to do. Ability. I am able to do this. Stop saying spiritual gifts. Abilities. Let's start saying abilities in 2023. I cut off at imposter syndrome. Yes. What I was saying was with imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is when you have a belief that am I really gifted? Am I really like who I say I am? Am I really good at this? Or is everyone lying to me? Or am I fooling myself? Am I tricking myself? Am I really called to do this or not? Okay. That's imposter syndrome. So one way that you could be in the practice of windmilling this imposter syndrome and getting in control of it is when you speak about your spiritual gifts, you don't use the term gift anymore. You speak and you say spiritual abilities. I am able to do this. These are my spiritual abilities. We already know that it's a gift from God, but you are an extension of God. Hello. The term gifts, I think, was also introduced as a way to further separate you from the spirit. The spirit, you are a part of the spirit. You are not outside of God. You are not outside of that. You are an extension of that. So it comes from God, you being an extension of God. So it comes from you. Okay. Abilities. Someone asks, people keep coming back who left me. Is this a test or a sign? They left you. How did they leave? How did they leave? Was it, good? Was it a good exodus? Or was it y'all had a falling out and now they have re-entered into your life? Because, that could be a trick bag. Okay. I'm Tremont. Hey, it's most certainly a test. It's most certainly a test, especially because, if you have boundaries, or rather issues with boundaries, you have issues with boundaries, this is a test. It's a test. And I'll tell you this, if you ask yourself, is this a test? It's a test. Keep your boundaries in place. Sometimes we be trying to hold on to the people that the spirit be trying to remove from our lives. And we be like, oh my God, what happened? The spirit sent them on their way. Hi, I have a hard time asking questions because I fear that I don't know what I should want to know or can know. Let me reread that. I have a hard time asking questions because I fear that I don't know what I should want to know or can know. Tremont, you're gonna have to help me out with that one. I'm confused. Help me out with that one, Tremont. You have a hard time asking questions because you think you're gonna ask the wrong one, or you think that you may ask a question that it's like outside of what you should know. No, I mean, my thing is, what the old folks say, a closed mouth won't get fed. Okay. That what you're dealing with is fear, period. And if you watch me, and I said this earlier, fear is frequent excuses against realities. Okay. Frequent excuses against reality. Truth is truth, period. There is, you do not know the answer to it, then you need to, then it's a good question. You need to ask it. If you do not have a question to ask, then you don't need to be trying to figure out what you need to ask. You just need to be listening. Okay. And sit. And sometimes, honey, if you don't know the question, sit around a while and let the question come up. And then we be like, we want the truth, but then we don't want to know. Okay, well, you have to pick a side. Pick a side, pick a side, pick a side. If you want the truth, you'll get it. If you don't know what to ask, that's because the question hasn't come up yet for you to ask. And this is also when it comes to movement, people be like, I feel stuck. I don't know what I need to do. What am I supposed to do next? If you don't know what you are supposed to do, 9 times out of 8, it's because you're not supposed to be doing anything else right now. Because you will know when you are supposed to do. And oftentimes, we really don't grow, heal, develop, transform because we're too busy worried about what's the next thing to do. And that is a form of escapism, to busy yourself with reading 500 books, getting this certification, that certification, hopping over here, getting reading after reading after reading after reading. When the truth is you need to be still. If you don't know where to go, it is because you're not supposed to be going anywhere. If you haven't been told to move, it is because you are supposed to be still. B is the feminine. That is feminine energy, not the feminine aesthetic. That's society. B to be is the feminine, divine feminine energy. To do is divine masculine energy. We lean and lay all the way into the masculine energy to where we are hyper masculine. And we just be trying to do, get it done, get it done, get it done. What's the next book I can read? What's the next this? What's the next that? What's the next step? Have you mastered any of these last ones? These other 45 steps? Have you conquered that? Have you gotten that under your belt? Have you understood the first book before you run over here to the 47th book you done bought this year? Have you finished the first book? Have you finished any of the books? And being a busybody and doing is an escapist way of life. How do I know? Because when my father transitioned, I wanted to plan the funeral. I wanted to make this. I want to make that. I want to do every single thing I could as often as I possibly could. Because I didn't want to just be. That's a trauma response. The old folks will say, sit your ass down. Sit down and shut up. Be still. Be still. Hey, I'm in stillness right now. Okay. And this is another thing, y'all. When we think about school, think about school. You do not move on to the next unit. You don't move on to the next grade until you have passed that one. Even going back to, let's reduce it more. Before you get to the next section of study in that class, you have to be introduced the subject. The teacher teaches you the subject by way of examples in your life. Then you get homework on the subject, and you do that for an amount of time. Then there are quizzes. You do the quizzes. Then there's a group project. Then you have the test. And during the test, oh Lord, during the test, hey Lord, I feel like preaching this thing. During the test, are you able to get up and walk around the room? No, you are not. During the test, are you able to ask the teacher for help? No, you are not. During the test, you are relying on what it is that you have learned. During the test, The teacher is not coming up here whispering in your ear. So when we be experiencing the test and the trials in our lives, and we be like, God, show up, Spirit, show up, Orisha, show up, do this, do this, do this. Boo, you are in the test. You have got all the information that you needed already. The test is not because God, Olodumare, the Spirit, your ancestors, they don't need to grade. Listen, I taught middle school. I don't need this grade. You do. I already got. I'm not in school. You are. I don't need the grade. You need the grade. Hey, cousin, you need the grade. So the teacher is not right there sitting there next to you with the problem like, now how you gonna, now, okay, so okay, this one we need to do with this. No, because let me tell you something. You ready? Y'all heard what I said. You got introduced the subject. The teacher lectures on the subject. You get examples for the subject. You get homework for the subject. You get study materials on the subject. You have quizzes on the subject. You have a group assignment on the subject. And then you have the test. So this is what y'all need to know. By the time the test shows up, you have been prepared. By the time the test shows up, you have been prepared. And so, in the midst of the test, are you going to act like you don't know what it is that you know? In the midst of the test, are you going to get up? I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Run, get 27 readings. Okay. Oh my God. Now I'm more confused. Then I'm going to. Are you going to act like you don't know what you know? Or are you going to take your deep breath in and dive into your toolbox and pull forth the information? What you gonna do? You got to act like you know. The Spirit already told you what breathing exercises to do to calm your mind. You've already seen all that. You've already been told that this is the ebb and flow of life. Things go up and things go down. You've already been told that. You've already been told that your internal environment projects to your external environment. And if your internal environment projects to your external environment, this here is a reflection of what you got going on in here. And or if you have been doing the work, whoever is out here may not stay with you because y'all ain't on the same frequency. So when Boo Boo the Fool leave, are you gonna roll down the stairs crying, acting like you didn't ask the Spirit just last week? Spirit, remove anything and anybody away from me that is not working for my highest good. That was your prayer though. Yes, to roll down the stairs. That was your prayer, though. That's your, ain't that on your manifestation? Hold on, let me go to your manifestation journal. Let me go look on your vision board. Remove anybody from me, anything from me that's not working for my highest good. Ain't that what you said? So when Boo Boo the Fool vanishes, oh my God, like they ghosted me. Like, what is wrong with me? What is it about me? What? You just said this has been your collective prayer. This has been your collective prayer. You ask the spirit to remove anybody, anything. And when that job message you and be like, you no longer need to come back. Oh my God, like what did I do? You asked for new opportunities, did you not? So how did you expect to get new opportunities if you was resting and compromising in your old ones? How did you expect it? So this is when it comes down to perspective, y'all. What, as soon as something happens that you don't like or you don't agree with or is sudden, tell you stop, hold up, pause before you fall down the stairs, slide down the wall, crying and fighting the air. Before you do all of that, stop and go back into your journal. What have I been manifesting? Damn, I have been manifesting that I need to start my business. I have been manifesting the life of an entrepreneur. I know that I would not have ever started to leap on my business if I stayed at this job because I got comfortable and complacent here. But I'm over here screaming. Oh, dang. Okay, spirit. Am I shook? Yes, I'm shook. Does this feel the best? No, it doesn't feel the best right now, but I'm grateful for the light for revealing this. I'm using my tools in real time to comfort me. Do you realize that when you were a baby, you was your first best friend? You self-soothed? Did you realize that? You self-soothed? Thumb in the mouth for that reason? You didn't need 50 million people to come do that for you. You self-soothed. So, self-soothe. Self-problem solve. Use your tools. Use what you know. Use what you have been learning. If you have been watching people on live, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on IG, on whatever, and you ain't learned nothing from them, you need to change the people that you are watching. And the good thing for my clock app, the people on over here, the good thing for y'all is that this is also live on my YT. Use your tools. Cut all this. I'm out here. I'm lost. How are you lost? You have tools. And to be lost, let's understand this, because I saw this today, and whoever comment, I'm tearing you up with love. Let's go ahead and define this, because every word that we use from forth our mouth has an energy connected to it. So when y'all want to keep using that term, I'm so lost. First of all, you're using I am. I am is being, and you're calling that into existence. So I'm going ahead and tear you up in that way. Let's understand what lost means. Unable to find one's way. Unable does not mean unclear. Unable means you can't do it, period. That's what unable means. Unable to find one's way. You can't. You are cursing yourself. When something is lost, this means that something has been taken away or cannot be recovered. So change your language. All this, I'm unable to do this. I'm lost. I'm so stuck in this. You can say, I am awaiting direction. You could say, currently, I am awaiting direction. I'm confused. I am awaiting clarity right now. Because when you are awaiting something, that means that you know it's coming and you're just waiting for it to come forth. I'm so alone. I'm so lonely. I am with myself right now. I'm by myself. I'm with myself. I'm with myself. I am with myself right now. Your language, change this stuff up. We got to cut all this. I'm lost. I'm broken. I'm all this. Cut all that stuff out, y'all. That does nothing for you but harm you. That is nothing but harmful. She said, my dad would joke and say, who's looking for you? Right. Instead of saying I'm broke, I'm going to say, listen, I'm waiting on my deposit. I am temporarily out of funds. Temporarily. I am temporarily out of funds. Currently, my funds are in transit. Come on. What else we got? What else we got? How can we say that again? We got, I'm temporarily out of funds. We got, my funds are in transit. What else can we say? I'm in transition to wealth right now. Listen, the direct deposit is pending. Come on. I'm transitioning to wealth. I'm building my financial security. Yes, I am. I am building my financial security right now. Yes, I am. I'm waiting for the check to clear. Come on. The funds are traveling to me. Wait. Come on. Listen, that's the one. The funds are traveling to me. Okay. Come on. Nicole said, my husband is in transit. Yes. He is yet on the way. Listen, the funds are traveling to me. It's taking me out. I am, come on, financially shifting. Come on. The bag is secured. Listen. The funds are there. Speak as though it's happened already. Yes, the funds are there. Someone asked, do you do vision boards and what are your thoughts on them? Again, I love vision boards. I think the concept is beautiful, as does like any type of journaling. Come on, the funds are loading. This is taking me out. The funds are loading. I am healing my finances. Come on. I think the same thing that I was saying with the shadow work, it can be very trend. People be doing the vision board for aesthetic, but you got to put some power in your vision board. Thank you. You got to put some power on your vision board, y'all. Put some power on your vision board. Pray on your vision board daily. Speak life into your vision board daily. Affirm your vision board daily. Go and get you some of this golden oil from the Inner Lighthouse. Go to the link in my bio and get you some of this good old golden oil here. And put this on anoint your vision board. Don't just slap it on the wall and say, I sure hope it come too. I sure hope it come too. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to say this. Lakita says, my funds took the wrong turn, so they are redirecting back to me. That's the one. Girl, my funds took the wrong turn. They took the wrong exit, and they are currently redirecting back to me. Y'all. They are... My funds... Do you hear me? My funds are spinning the block. Look, is your fund spinning the block? My funds are spinning the block. Y'all, that is taking me out. My funds are currently spinning the block. Spinning. What are the limits to what you can or should manifest? The sky is the limit to what I can have. There's no limit. I think where people mess up, Mallory, is people are not reasonable or practical in their manifestation. I manifest that by tomorrow, I'm going to be a millionaire. Well, I ain't saying it's impossible, but it's not likely. Especially when you have not done anything to make yourself a millionaire. What have you done? You want to be practical in your purpose, practical in your manifestation. Practical. Okay, so you can say this, even with me, I'm currently on a fitness and weight loss journey, okay? I'm not gonna, it'd be unreasonable for me to say, by the end of the week, I will have met my entire weight loss goal. And then when that doesn't happen, I'm upset and I give up. That's because that's not practical. It is practical to say, I think I can lose about 2 or 3 pounds a week. I can do that. That's about 12 pounds a month. Okay, that's good. So let's see, 12, okay, 24, 36, 48. Okay, come on, 4 months. If I work really hard in 4 or 5 months, I could be, that's practical. You want to be practical about it. All right. So I would say it's not really about a limit, but you want to be practical. You can say, listen, my goal, I'm going to manifest it by the end of 2023. My business will be to a point where it can make money while I sleep. But so to ensure that happens, I'm going to make sure that I set this up, that I create this schedule, that I have this plan, that I put this into work, that I invest here, that I do that. Okay. What about the post you see about manifesting specific people? Like manifesting lovers? You can do that. And another element, though, that I think while you brought that up, another element that I think that is important to talk about with the manifestation is why are you manifesting what you are trying to manifest? Come on, the shadow work, the light work. Why are you manifesting that? Why are you manifesting that? Always make sure you check out the reason and the integrity behind your manifestation. What's your intention? Thank you. Yes, Nelly. What's your intention behind that? Because some of us are manifesting partners and manifesting a relationship to happen, but at the same time trying to work on self-love. Okay. Well, you do understand that self-love means that it is absent of other people. That it is occurring from within self. So we have to make sure we're not working against ourselves here. Because, and that's another thing with the self-love thing and with the relationships, like when you do, and that's it right there, Nikki or Nikia. Self-love will attract just that. The law of correspondence. Internal environment projects to external environment. If you get that together, you will attract people that love, honor, respect you as you do yourself. And the gag is you have already. So if every relationship you've ever had, people have mistreated you, lied to you, broken promises, ask yourself, what broken promises? What promises have I broken with myself? Pow. I keep manifesting people that lie to me. How often do I lie to myself? How often do I go against my intuition? Boom. You be like, damn, I go against my intuition every day. I tell myself that this week I'm going to start working out, and then I don't do it for months. That's a broken commitment. I lie to myself. So how am I going to get mad at this person for lying to me? I lie to myself. I cheat on myself. I lie and cheat on myself every day. So how am I going to attract someone I teach people how to love me. It's always around people who put me last, even though I'm always there for them. Absolutely. So how do you put yourself last? Do you overgive, overextend, over excuse people's bad behaviors? And if you do overgive, overcommit, overextend, and overexcuse people's bad behaviors, then you got to understand that that is an act of self-violence. That is an act of self-violence. To do more than you can, than you should do. To give to your own detriment. That is an act of violence against self. That's an act of violence. When you over excuse people's bad behaviors, you are gaslighting yourself. When you go against what you know your intuition is telling you about this person because you want a relationship so bad, you are abusing yourself. And if you are an extension of God, as you know that you are abusing God as well. If you keep letting people mistreat you, knowing that you're an extension of God. Someone said on the app is messing up. It's probably the energy, y'all. It's probably the energy. Tick tock, can y'all hear me? Am I still messing up? Is the audio still messing up? Emma, is it clear now? It's still going in and out? Hold up. Okay. What about now, Clock App? Can you hear me, Clock App? Is this better? Okay. Got it. So what I was saying, y'all, is good over here. Okay. Got you. So what I was saying, y'all, is if you allow people to mistreat you, if you allow individuals into your life that lie, cheat, misuse you, do all of this stuff, and you know that you are an extension of God, then you are allowing people to abuse God. Do you understand that? Not it was experiencing turbulence. To overgive, to overcommit, to overexcuse, to love to your own detriment is an act of self-violence. It is an act of self-violence. And this is a fact. It is an act of violence. And you cannot expect things to go well for you dishonoring, disrespecting the spirit and self. You cannot expect that to happen. You just can't. And that's why I have committed to myself, even against what people may want or may have wanted of me, that I am not going to give to my own detriment. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it, period. If someone do me wrong, I'm not going to act like I do not know that they're capable of this. Because at the end of the day, if I keep reaching my hand through the fence that says, there is a dog in here that bites, and I keep getting bit by this dog every day, I cannot ask that the dog be put down because of me. Y'all keep getting done wrong by the same people. You believe that having a piece of man or a piece of a woman is better than having none at all. Oh, even to your own demise. Got you. And then law of correspondence, internal environment projects to your external environment. Got it. And so then people will start treating you accordingly. Life will start expressing accordingly and give you a little piece of a job. Give you a little piece of health. Give you a little piece, just a smidge of happiness. Because that's what you value more than self, okay? Got it. Thank you, Lena. I'm glad you're here. You better help somebody. Yes, Jeremy, I am. I'm trying to help the people. So can your family be these people as well? Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, they be the main ones. In fact, they be the main ones. They be the main ones. Absolutely. And the thing about them is that they can always run, duck, and hide underneath the family label and be like, but this is like your family though. Like, it's your family. Like, they are like, it's your family. You're supposed to always be committed to your family. There's a difference between family and blood relatives. Did y'all catch that? There is a difference between family and blood relatives. I want to be clear here. There is a difference. Everybody who is in your bloodline, everyone who is a blood relative is not your family. There is a song by Judgmental where he has his uncle talking, or he's mimicking his uncle's voice, and his uncle says, when you are in the village, you may be with your family, but your family may not be with you. Let me say that again. When you are in the village, you may be with your family, but your family may not be with you. And there you have it. And there you have it. I'll say it again. When you are in the village, you may be with your family, but your family may not be with you. Preach Darcell, I teach my daughter there's a difference between relatives and family. Yeah, because there are some friends that are better family members than your own family. These are the facts. There are some found family members that they listen. And some people got parents that's so bad, honey, that listen. The only connection they supposed to have this parent is the fact that they brought them there. That's it. That was the one goal. That was the one goal. God used these said people to bring them there. That's it. That was the only mission. And then the spirit places them in connection with other mothers and other fathers and plenty of them and other family. But this job, this and this, they just had to get here. That was it. Sometimes that's it. So we have to understand that, y'all, because this is the point blank and the bottom line. And I have to get off here because I have to prepare for a session. But this is the point blank and the bottom line. Nobody, man, woman, child, dog, hog, frog, sweet pickles, van, chicken shack, nobody is supposed to mistreat you. Nobody is allowed to mistreat you. Nobody. Man, woman, child, dog, hog, frog, sweet pickles bus, chicken shack, Mickey D's. Nobody. Y'all see that? Y'all seen that video? That sister said, nobody. No. Nobody. Look to your neighbor. Say nobody. Look to your neighbor. No. Grab the side of your head like this. Grab the side of your head. Nobody. 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 No, 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 no. Even you. Even you. Even you. Now check that. Because sometimes when you pray that good old prayer, remove anybody that is in my way, and suddenly all your stuff start falling apart. Now what's going on here? You like now what? Lord, strike down my enemies. And you like, ooh, my chest. Ooh. You like, now what is going on? Is it me? It's me, it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. You said, now wait, now I just said, destroy my energy. All my enemies, destroy them. Ooh, my chest. Ooh, child, so my chest. Ooh. Legs start getting Charlie horses like now. Wait, my legs is, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Car breakdown. You like, now what? It's you. It's you. So remember this. Because you are the master of your life, because you are the one in control, because you are an extension of God, because love is all there is, you are not only your worst enemy, you are your only enemy. You are not only your worst enemy, you are your only enemy. Now, go forth and conquer. I love each and every one of you from a light-filled place. If you want a spiritual coaching session with me, if you need a life coaching session, if you need to talk it out, if you need to, get some dreams interpreted, honey, you need a reading from me, click the link in the bio, in the description, and go there and get that. If you need to get some of these oils here, okay, for wealth and abundance, dream oils for attracting love, cleansing and clearing negative energy. If you need to get that, get that. Link in my bio, okay? If you say, Darcell, the full readings are $80. I ain't got the 80. But I do got the 20. Get the text message readings. Get the text message readings. Okay? And ask your question there. Darcell, I ain't got the $50 for the talk it out session. I can scratch up 20. Get the text message readings. Okay? Do whatever you need to do to get your message. A text it's up to you. You can get a text message reading. I tell you whatever comes through. If you have a specific question, I answer your question. If you are getting a general reading, I give you all the things that the Spirit said to me, but nothing can compare to me sitting here looking you in your face and it being me. Nothing can compare to you looking in my face and me seeing you and us talking. Nothing can compare to that. But hey, whatever works. You said, Darcell, I ain't got time. I got time to sit down for an hour session. I'm not finna pay no $80, Darcell. I love you, but okay, that's I can get my nails done with that. I get it. My text message reading was good. Saved it and kept reading. Coming for the full next time. Yes. Thank you for that. Absolutely. And I'm also, just so y'all know, I'm redoing my website. All right. And most of my things will be done through there. Okay. And so, yes, I am really live, Cab. Oh wait, we have to text. You don't have to text. I text you. Period. Yeah. Yes. She said, I want to. Amaja said, I want to in person. That's it. Oh, you love your oils too, Miss K? Yes, I'm glad. Y'all get the oils, I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay, so whatever y'all want to do. Oh, I was saying I'm creating my new website, right? So it will not be the Inner Light Spa, it will be the Inner Light House, okay? Because that's like what my Patreon is, the Inner Light House. So everything's going to be the Inner Light House. And on there, you'll be able to get book readings and things through there. And the best part of it being through there is that any of my sessions, as well as my products, currently all of my products, all of my oils, I have Afterpay, y'all. The oils are $20. Afterpay, come on now. You got 4 payments of $5. When I put my stuff, when I put my readings and stuff on there, you'll be able to Afterpay and break up the sessions into payments as well. All right. So I love y'all. Go in peace. Go in peace. Please subscribe to the YT. Go watch my podcast, the Darcell Andre podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. Also, join the Inner Lighthouse. Join the Inner Lighthouse. It's the Patreon. The link is in the bio. We have classes every Thursday. We have a weekly reading every Sunday and a whole bunch of other stuff throughout the week. So y'all want to get there. All right. Also, tonight on the YouTube is going to be the DIM session. We got DIM, D-I-M, DIM, which stands for Decompress, Interconnect, and Meditate. Why are you so funny though? Have you been told that? People have told me. People say they would be screaming if I did a stand-up. I really could, because I have billions of stories, y'all. Billions of ridiculous stories. So y'all make sure that y'all be on the YouTube for the DIM session, where we can decompress. We're in the middle of the week. We can interconnect. We can meditate. It's chill. It's low light. It's nice, low music, rain sounds, all of that. Be on the YouTube. I think you're naturally that way. I am. You know what? Listen, I am. I be fun. I be naturally. People be saying that. People have told me that I just be naturally funny. I mean, how can I break root work that was placed on me? Get a reading on it to see what was, what's the nature of it. And then there are some you can spiritual baths, consistent or spiritual baths that you can do that can help you with that. Okay. Apologies just getting to join out with the fam. No problems. Oh, you had a reading that told you to do that, and they didn't tell you how to break that working? Yay, Blossom Brown. Good, good, good. That's interesting. Yeah, but spiritual baths and things are really great to do. I just try not to be. You did Reiki to remove it. Yeah, no, there's the Reiki wouldn't do it. Honestly, I will book an energy work consultation with me, and I can assess it myself, and I could give you all the things that you need to do. Because that is a layered conversation. Hello, spiritualist. Does someone have heard on me? Okay. Do that, and I could give you all the ingredients. And if there's something that you want me to do, I can do that as well to help you. All right, y'all. I have to go. I have a session. I love each and every one of you. Thank you, everybody. Good light. Go forth and conquer. Return to yourself, your community, and everybody else a harvest, y'all. Love y'all.